Matthew, you put a finger on why the game was able to transform so dramatically after your dominant first half?
Yeah, well, I think they clearly beat us in around stoppage. So centre bounce was the difference in that second half for sure, which set us up unfortunately in our back half. If they didn't score from that centre bounce, they definitely were able to bring the pressure. I thought first quarter, we had the game on our terms, but that was really the difference in the second half. Their midfielders got on top.
Do you feel the game should have almost been over at half time? They had so many chances at like 31 points at one point and really on top. Do you feel like you almost should have played more?
I wish it was over. Yeah, look, we had our opportunities, especially early in the game. We kicked a number of points, and you often look back on that and say, a couple touched on the line, one hit the post. But these things happen. You've got to be able to play 4 quarters of footy if you want to win games of footy, and we didn't do that today. I think you saw what we're capable of in that first half, and then you saw what we're capable of in that second half, unfortunately.
You were able to threaten them with, I guess, your counter-attack, especially in that first quarter. Was that something that you felt was taken away and you just weren't able to sort of get it back on the terms like that?
Yeah, and credit to the Giants. They were able to change that throughout that second quarter and definitely in the second half. A lot of it's around field position, so where we need to move the ball, although we did move it from our back half in that first quarter. But we were unable to continue playing that way through the second, third and fourth. We'll go back and have a good look at it. Some of it was our own doing. I thought we really dropped away in a couple of areas, but disappointing. I think the guys are really disappointed. We'd like to have knocked a few more through in that first half and maybe the game was done, but in the end our opposition were too good in the second half.
And in that final term, the Giants obviously didn't have too many left on the bench available for them. So what did you make of that? Because it still seemed to be played quite a bit in your back half.
Yeah, and that's where the centre bounce becomes crucial. And they were winning that and going forward, which allowed them to sort of set themselves up in their front half. So the challenge for us was to really put them under some pressure when they were, struggling personnel-wise. But again, you have to give credit to an opposition that hung on. And I'm not sure what they finished with rotations-wise on the bench, but they had a number of players down. We had a few players going down as well, with the heat. But in the end, the difference was their ability to win the contest in the second half. They fixed us up around centre bounce.
What happened to Murray? Did you pick up what happened to him?
Murray's just a cramp. Murray, we got to a point where we trialled him right throughout that last quarter. We wanted him to try and hang on, but sometimes it can get too far. And we had to make the call on that one. So he, hopefully at this point there's nothing long-term there. Again, I haven't spoken to the doctors as yet, but nothing major that we've spoken about.
The Giants said earlier in the week that they really wanted to contain Rory Laird. They wanted to clamp down on him. They kept him to 18 disposals, which is obviously low by his lofty standards. What did you make of that contest and challenge for him?
Yeah, I mean, that was obviously a goal coming in. They knew he was, would have an impact on the game and has done for a number of years. Laird didn't have the game that he normally has, and so didn't impact the game. So you'd have to say they got that done as a team. But I wouldn't put it down to one player. The reason we played, we've shown that the first quarter we're able to play some good footy without necessarily Laird, being the catalyst for that. So he'll bounce back. We know he's a big time player, so we'll back him in.
Rankin and Michelle were both incredible across the 4 quarters. Do you think having that sort of 1-2 punches gives you a point of difference compared to the rest of the competition? And what do you think of their games today?
Yeah, I think you're spot on. I thought both were very influential. Isaac early had his opportunities. He seemed to be everywhere in that first half. That's why he's at the footy club. So that's quite pleasing to see that he's able to perform in, when we get to round one. And Rochelle, Josh is, he's an outstanding player. He was able to get a little bit of time on ball today and some forward. I thought he was one of our strongest. So along with Saligo, I would put in that group as well. I thought the 3 of those boys really stood up. Not saying others didn't, but I thought they were the standouts for us.
Just on Rochelle, is that the sort of role we can expect to see you using him this year?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if he continues to develop the way he is, and he's developing extremely quickly, he's pretty keen to get up around the footy. He's a competitive beast, Josh, and so we'd like to see him up around. I think today showed what he can do if he's given the opportunity. but he's also quite potent in front of goal when he gets an opportunity. But we'll keep looking at that as a group. We'd like to be able to rotate more through there. It's coming into the second half of games where you need that run and that finish off in games, and unfortunately we were outdone in that area today.
Adam's going to be a big talking point. Did you have an issue with that incident?
Yeah, it's a hard one because I saw it live, so I get one look at it, and then I haven't seen any of the replay, so it's a hard one for me to make comment on. But I can only speak. It's obviously a weekend where a lot of discussion is going to come out around the bump and what it is in our game. But I can't make comment on that one. I haven't seen from where I was. It was too far away.
Max, Michael, we can see him doing the first up. How did you assess him?
Yeah, really pleased with Max. We were under pressure, and I think he shows that he's got a well-rounded game. For such a young, he's a key defender really. He comes in and can play tall and small. I thought he was solid today. I thought he played really well for us, and we were definitely under pressure, throughout that second half. And he was one who stood up.
And Rory Sloane, maybe he's come back after the ACL injury. Obviously. Lockie Whitfield, I think it was on the receiving end of that head clash that Rory was able to get up from. But yeah, can you give us a word on what
he's a warrior, isn't he? He's, we know that's like what Sloaney's going to give. If you'd seen the work that he's done during the break or since round 5 last year, he's put a hell of a lot of work in to be out there today for his teammates. The conditions don't get much tougher than what they were today, and he just battled it out again for like he has as a captain for so many years. It's like we've got another captain out there with Jordan, so it's great to see him playing footy.
Just on McAdam, have you spoken to him at all in the game? Has he seemed affected by it or worried or?
No, look, not as yet. I will go in and see how he's going.
Just on the energy in the rooms, I mean, it must be, you touched on at the start, how disappointed are they? Because there's been so much excitement around what you guys have done across the summer and across your practice matches. You must be disappointed internally with that.
Yeah, really disappointed. In the same breath, you put out a half of footy where you need to come away and take some confidence of what we showed there, because that's what we're capable of. We're a very good side. Unfortunately, we didn't do it for 4 quarters, and it's been something we've spoken about. We need to be better in that space. We must play 4 quarters of footy and be consistent across those 4 quarters. So the boys, they're disappointed, really disappointed. But we won't go away from the game, and without taking some positives out of it. Unfortunately, we didn't get what we came for today.
Thank you guys, appreciate it.